Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be covering how Joe Bartolozzi got absolutely piped down and cracked by Jynxzi in the pogchamps tournament. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Please watch it. I sound desperate. I need views. I need validation. Please. Let's get into it. So to start off here, he played e4, Jynxzi played c6, he played d4, and Jynxzi played d5, which is the Carl Khan. And so up until this point, and about here after knight c3, they played pretty normal, pretty good chess actually. And from then it just got terrible. Knight f6 is really not great because now Joe has e5, and then he plays d7, and he's just better. It's +1 for white, and it's not looking great for Jynxzi. So that's already Jynxi's first mistake here. And afterwards, Joe Bart makes a mistake with this move here. Now Jynxzi has the ability to remove to make it so that Joe Bart can't play e5 anymore when after he just takes, and then knight takes back. No, he doesn't take. He goes down to d7, and it's still winning for white, but it's just not looking that great for him. But so that was the first mistake, and it's okay. Jynxzi played great. He played d takes e4. Joe Bart played f takes e4, even though that's not technically the best move. It's still good. Then he played bishop g4. Now this does nothing. Maybe he was thinking that it attacks the queen, but well, it does attack the queen, but maybe he was thinking that it was gonna get him somewhere. Really doesn't, because now he has bishop e2, and his best move is to take, because if he doesn't take, then he just helped him develop a bishop a little bit, and then after the bishop moves wherever else, he can do knight f3. But terrible, not great. And so another mistake there. But so Jynxzi takes, and he takes back with his queen. That's fine. Jynxzi takes there, and he plays knight f3. Now I was watching this, and actually pretty good. For some reason, Joe Bart was thinking about his queen going d something there and him moving his king out of the way. That makes no sense, but okay. And so he plays knight f3, and then he plays queen c5, which is not that great because now he can just kick it with bishop e3, or apparently a5 is the best move here. I don't really understand that really, because that's computer, and it's thinking about some random ass stuff. But yeah, he plays e3, which honestly I think it's fine. Computer says it's the second best move. I don't know why it's saying it's an inaccuracy. It's pretty good. Even though it technically doesn't claim the advantage. No human's gonna play some stupid a5 for no reason. A normal person just wants to kick that queen out of the way. And so he plays queen h5, which is not that great. Queen a5 was better because it pins the knight, and it just makes it harder to get that queen out of there. Should have gone here because it pins the knight, and so he's now threatening to take on e4, and because he can't take back with the knight. And it can get a little sticky if he maybe goes here at some point and threatens this pawn, or if he really can't. It's just not looking good. But he didn't play that because he's a little silly. He plays queen h5. He castles, and now this is terrible. It's not horrendous, but now Bart doesn't have the advantage anymore. He should have played e5. Apparently, e5 is the best move here. I really. Oh, okay. Now I know. He plays e5. He kicks the knight out of there. Maybe then I will go to d7 or g4. It's saying that g4 is going to be the second best by just 0.1, and it just puts a lot of pressure on Joe Bart. So another mistake there. He shouldn't have castled into that attack because this is a very weak square, and so is this one, and he's just castling into his queen, and that's just not the best move. You want your king to be safe. So let's go back here. Okay, castles. Jynxzi plays e6, which is not that great. He should have really taken the initiative on the attack there and just added some more threats onto his king, because he just essentially handed his king to him. Plays there, and h3. I don't understand. I really don't get it, because now he has knight takes e3, queen takes e3, and then he has bishop d7. And, that's the computer. It has two attacks on that pawn. probably looking to make more attacks there, or to set up the to protect the square here so that he can get bishop there, and so now he has to move his king somewhere else and just waste time doing whatever else. So interesting move, but Jynxzi doesn't capitalize on it really, but it's okay because they're both like 300. So he plays bishop b4, which is a mistake. Technically, not 100% sure why. I'm not the computer. Uh, there's better moves probably. I think that's why, because there's just much better moves that really do something. Because usually that move with the bishop pinning the knight, we're usually pinning the knight to something, but the knight's really not pinned, and that bishop's not doing much. So you can just move his knight here, and just get that knight into the center. And Joe Bart doesn't really know that. So he plays a3, bishop takes c3, and I think he should have taken back with his queen, but he took back with his pawn. Now he has double pawns over here, and if he took back with his queen would have just been more active. But that's not a huge deal. Castles, rook b1, knight d7, and we kind of let him. I don't think he actually could have defended that square. I don't really think he could have defended that square, but it's not the best he can do. But I guess he responded by undefending another pawn for him to take, and he did, took, and now he's got an en passant, but I don't know if he really knows what en passant is. So he didn't do anything about that. He just moved his rook out of the way for some reason, and another terrible move. F4, it just doesn't do anything. Like, none of them are really setting up actual attacks or making up any tactics for each other. But it's okay. It's a very hard watch. But he moves his queen. I think he should have moved him more towards the center to just make him more active. Maybe up here would have been better. Yeah, that is better. The computer says that's better because it just looks at this square and that's weaker for the king. But whatever. He moves down to f2. Rook to f5. Don't quite understand it, but all he had to do is defend. Now, apparently that's not the best move. Apparently knight d4 is the best move, because if he takes back. Oops. Yeah, if he takes, rook takes back, knight takes, and then he has a free pawn here, and yeah, no, Jynxzi's just not looking great. So does that, goes here, just a random move. Apparently, Joe Bart said that this was a weird move. I think it is a weird move, but it's not crazy. I don't know why he was tweaking out about it so bad. His response to that was just by doing nothing. And I think if you have a piece that's being pressured by a bunch of other pieces and you can just relieve that pressure by doing knight to d4, I really think you just should. Because relieving pressure and just making sure that threats aren't really there is just going to save you a lot. And so he goes back, defends that pawn, because Joe Bart was thinking that this pawn was going to be taken, even though it is defended by the rook. So I really don't know why he's doing that. But it's okay. Now he blocks it. Joe Bart thought he was going to want to move his queen here. Makes no sense because both of those pieces are looking at that square. There's no reason for him to want to move his king there. And this is just awful. This is just terrible. He's opening up the position on his king side, and he's just making it real easy for Jynxzi to attack him. So Jynxzi takes, f takes g3, takes with his queen, and this is just terrible. This is awful. I really thought Joe Bart would do better. When I was placing my bets on the game, I wasn't betting, but on chess, they gave me the option to win premium if I was accurate. I really thought Joe Bart was going to play better than this. I never seen him. I just like his content a lot, and I watch him a lot. So I was thinking pretty highly of him, but he just hangs his queen, hangs his knight. Jynxzi takes full advantage of that, takes the queen with the knight. Joe Bart takes back, again blundering a rook because now he can take it with check. And so that's what he does. He takes with check. He goes queen f3, and again just putting him in more of a position to get checked. Boom. Just absolutely demolished. And actually, I didn't see this initially. I don't really know why, but queen f2 checkmate, and just Joe Bart just got absolutely piped down and railed by Jynxzi. So I really think he shouldn't have put his king there directly in front of his opponent's pieces, and he shouldn't have opened up his position with g3. I think that was his worst move. G3 just absolutely decimated him, and he stood no chance.